This is the Ingersoll Ram 300G Random Orbital Sander. It's a 6-inch pneumatic sander. It comes with a peel and stick sanding pad, which is probably the most common type of sandpaper you can find out there. But for me, it's sort of useless. I like using the hook and loop, so I customize it so I can get this Mirka sanding pad on there. The tread is exactly the same. It goes right on there. So it's no big deal. All you have to do is purchase the Mirka pad and just tread right on there. It has a vacuum attachment. So it does a very good job of taking up the dust. This over here is a shroud that goes right on top of here. So it kind of seals it as it goes around. I'm guessing it's going to wear out after a while. Probably replaceable if it does. Probably find it without any much problems. So what are the advantages of having a sander like this? Well, the first one is just a fair size. You know, the 6-inch compared to like a 5-inch that you'll get from a standard tool from like Home Depot or something like that. Another one, which is not that obvious, is that these sanders over here has a larger orbit for the randomness of the patterns. So this one over here has a 3/16 orbit, while this one over here has a 3/32 of it. So it's basically twice the amount of randomness out of this one, so it makes a smoother surface. It doesn't quite eliminate the pigtails. I mean, you still have to be sort of careful for that not to happen, but it's less likely to happen with a higher orbit than something that has a very small stroke to it. In terms of disadvantages, this is air powered, meaning you need a compressor to run it. And you need a fairly big one. This requires as a minimum 8 CFM of air flow for it to be able to work properly. My compressor is a 7 horsepower and it has 13.7, which is good to be able to make this work, but at a full potential, so at full load, this will take on 16 CFM, which is something I can probably pull off for a short amount of time, but not for a very long time. My compressors can't handle that full type of load. But it's not going to be taking 16 CFM all that often, so my compressor is pretty good for it. What you do need is something that can give you 8 CFM at a minimum. Other disadvantages, I don't particularly like this vacuum port. It's a 1.25 inch vacuum port. And it kind of comes into the way a little bit of your intake, of your air intake. Kind of does, not that bad of a deal. But I would like to have a longer hose. This diameter just going to prevent me from having something heavy at the back end of this as a leverage. I would also like for this to come with a Velcro pad, but at the same time, I'm happy with being able to purchase probably something that's going to be better quality than what would come in the box of this. This Mirka standing pad is way better than what I thought I was going to be able to find for this.